This week on the Precursor cast, Tess buys a motorcycle, Militus goes on a training class, and the Precursor Guild gets Boom all the way to the top of Boom Tower. It is time to wind it up. This is episode 23 of the Precursor cast.
Listening to the Precursor cast with Tess, Militus, and Boom.
Well, we might be late, but we're definitely here. It's a half an hour after we're supposed to go live, but we made it. We made it. I was having some sound technical difficulties that Militus is blaming on Windows 10, and I am blaming on I have no idea what, because I still don't know how I fixed it, but it's fixed.
As long as it's working, that's all that matters.
And I had all these funny things that I was planning, and I didn't get to do them, and it was crazy. Well, I am Boom, and I am joined, as always, by Tess and Militus. How are you two doing this wonderful evening?
Relieved. I'm relieved that you got it all working.
I know Tess was coming up with ways. She was like, okay, let's see. If you take your phone and then you hook it up to Tia's phone and you mix it with, and you call me on one leg and you put an antenna outside, and then we can take that and we can combine it with, I mean, it's crazy.
That was my contingency plan, was for me to stream it and for Boom just to be on his phone on Skype.
We could have done that. I could have been like, I'm calling in. It's a pretty hot war zone here. I don't have much time.
That'd have been awesome.
They're only giving me two hours to talk to you. All right. Well, we're here. Militus, how about yourself? What is up?
Hey, hanging in there. Tired, but I am excited to talk Guild Wars 2.
It is going to be pretty fun. I wanted to first start off by asking you guys, do you know what day it is today?
So last day of the NBA season?
I believe it is, actually, and we've we over in the Western Conference, we've got quite a little storm brewing here with the Utah Jazz, because they didn't win the game they need to. Now they're in ninth place, and they need to win. But they have to beat Kobe Bryant in his last game, which would be kind of tough. And they also need a loss.
It just started this game.
It's crazy. I don't really actually care that much about it, so it's not that big of a deal. But at the same time, it's a big deal around here because they were hoping for some playoff fun. So
I love me some sports.
Do you love you some sports?
One that I just, basketball and hockey. I just can't watch it. Can't
playoff
get into
hockey.
It.
Oh my word! I love playoff hockey.
I just
can't watch regular hockey.
I literally can't watch it.
It's hard.
I never understand what's going on. But
I'm with you.
I love watching football, and I hate watching baseball on TV.
Oh, me too.
I love going to the park and watching it.
The park is amazing. Like,
it's because you get all the great food and beer.
It's just fun. It's just fun to be there.
And my dad taught me how to score, so we always whenever we would go up. Oh my god! Oh my gosh! How to write the box scores? You guys are disgusting. Oh my god.
You should have heard the way that came out. You're like, my dad taught me how to score.
I hate you so much. You took a sweet, pure, and innocent childhood memory
You have to finish your sentence.
I did. That had an article.
Score baseball or score a game.
Only a complete disgusting moron like you two would assume that there was any innuendo. Oh God.
Oh my gosh. That was I wasn't thinking anything, actually, to be honest.
You laughed first.
I heard you laugh.
No, that wasn't me. Well, today is actually National Bookmobile Day.
National Bookmobile.
It's national. Did everybody remembers the Bookmobile and it comes around?
Heck yeah!
Get your library card out. Our Bookmobile. So I went to an inner city elementary school, and our Bookmobile they didn't even operate under the pretense we were going to give the books back. So they just gave them to us. So we would just go in there, and they would say, "Pick out 2 books." We'd pick out 2 books, and that was that. And we there was never any bring the book back to the bookmobile. It was always, it'll be around again later to give you some more books. So.
Oh, that's sweet though.
It was very good.
Man,
Well,
I
then
would have taken a bookmobile.
You didn't
Growing
have
up in rural Texas, we were lucky just to have a few books in the library. I'd go and they'd be like, "We'll probably have some the next time you come back, little Milla."
All the books are checked out today.
All the books we haven't burned. We got left over here.
We only have a budget for 6 copies of the Bible, and they're all checked out.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to push again Ready Player One. If you haven't read it, pick it up. They're turning it into a movie this year. So make sure that you read it before the movie comes out.
So are we advocating our most recently read books?
Oh, you could definitely do that.
Your must read. What's yours, Milla?
Oh, you're going to be so excited. Tides of War, Jaina Proudmoore is a must read. No, listen, Tess, I'm not doing that just to razz you. I promise. That book is the shit.
Really?
There is a scene. Oh my God.
Now,
I'm reading this book and listen, I have to say, so in 2003, I started working on my PhD, and my major professor literally beat the love out of me for nonfiction text. It's gone. It was gone.
Well, it's hard
because
to
I read so much empirical literature.
Yeah.
That if I read something fictional, I felt like I was wasting my time.
Yeah, right.
So I just happened to pick up this book, and I could not put it down. I read it in just under 2 days.
Wow.
It was amazing. There's a scene in there, I just gotta say, with Jaina, Calicos, and Thrall that will make you jump off the couch if you're reading it. It's so amazing. Yeah.
Okay, I'll pick it up. What was it? One more time.
Good. Okay, it's Tides of War, Jaina Proudmoore.
Okay.
It's in it. I know this is a Guild Wars 2 podcast. I don't mean to go WoW, but you play games like WoW, and I remember seeing Jaina Proudmoore, especially with the whole Arthas storyline, and I never got a real picture of the depth of her character, and man, did that book change my perspective of her entirely. It's
cool.
It's great.
What about you, Boom? What's your favorite must read?
It's super easy. Mine is called Forever Lord Farron. It was actually a romance novel. It was kind of it had him on the front, and there's
like Fabio,
and there's some draping going on. There's a certain
How
cashmere.
about Farron does Dallas as a
draping.
movie?
No.
No?
Nope.
He's like wearing a little cowboy hat with a Speedo.
Oh
No?
God. There's the
No.
next mini.
Let
That's
me
a
see.
summer mini.
Would you buy? Okay, Tess, would you buy Farron if he was wearing nothing but a little orange Speedo and a Broncos helmet?
Yeah. Who do I look like? A Fairweather Bronco fan? I think not.
So what if Logan was wearing a Cowboys helmet? Would you still buy him?
No.
Because why
Screw
you
the
be a big
Cowboys.
loser?
Screw the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Send your hate mail to Tess.
No, they sucked. It's okay. I'm a Cowboys fan. I can admit it. We suck.
No one sucks more than the Raiders, though.
Yeah,
Raiders are the
such
worst.
is true.
I was looking for the synopsis, but I couldn't find it to give it to you. But in reality, the book that I would tell you that I think I would recommend to everybody is actually called Abundance.
Oh, you were telling me about that
yes.
book.
I recommend this book to everybody I meet because it's so amazing. Abundance. It's called Abundance. The Future is Greater Than You Think, and it is by, and I always get his name, Peter Diamandis, who you can see he does TED Talks and things like that. But it's just good.
It's
just
a
really
nonfiction.
good. It is a nonfiction book. Unless you have weird political views, then you'd think maybe it's fiction, but it's not. So there we go. Well, that's great. We have a wonderful show, of course. Even though we're late and I'm all like, whew, I still had time to get us an intro game. Are you guys excited about this?
Did you really?
Yeah.
You're
I've got
amazing,
the intro
Boom.
game
I
music
know
going.
he's kind of a big deal.
This game is going to be fun because you have 3 choices, okay? You have to tell me, I'm going to give you a quote. You have to tell me if Shakespeare said it, if Batman said it, or Casimir Mead said it.
Oh.
Okay.
So it's
Ooh.
I think I can do this.
Shakespeare, Batman, and Casimir Mead. And
All
to be honest, when I made this, it seemed like a lot better idea than it came off later. So this might be too easy, but that's okay because we've had some tough ones the last couple weeks. So maybe this is good.
Last
might
week's
be
was
good.
Well,
ridiculous.
Tess had a really tough one last week. Not me.
Yeah.
She had a
That's
tough
Yeah, Milton's like, I knew all of the answers last week. I got it.
But every other week I've sucked ass. But last week I ruled.
Militus,
All right.
I give you so much crap, man. I give both of you guys so much crap. I was listening to our cast. I was listening from like the beginning, and I realized how much crap I give you guys. And then I think, man, if I didn't know me, I would think I was a total bitch.
No.
But I love you guys, and I tease because I love. It's how I show affection.
It is.
Okay.
I can attest.
So
to
I
that.
feel really loved now, Boom. What about you?
Yeah. Trust me. It's
Boom's like,
overflowing. It is.
Boom's like, I've been
overflowing.
loved for years, Militus. You have no idea.
Yes,
she just
it's-
texts me randomly how much I
When I
suck,
worked
so-
with a woman, I really was loved. Let me tell you.
Yes, it's actually very, very true. Well, here we go. Are you guys ready for number 1?
Ready.
Okay.
Sure.
I was still looking, by the way, as I was going. I was trying to find the synopsis of that book, but I just couldn't find it. The Lord Farron one. That's okay. All right, here we go. First one is Hell is empty and all the devils are here. Is that Shakespeare, Batman, or Casimir Mead? There's your 3 choices.
Batman.
Batman
It's-
from Militus.
It's Shakespeare. That's from The Tempest.
See, so did you hear her? She's just like, it's Shakespeare. It is in fact Shakespeare, but the reason I put it in there is because I thought I would fool you guys with Hell is empty, all the devils are here, because Batman's always trying to fix all the, he's
Right.
fixing the whole city.
I
so
I was
see
thinking of
that
criminals
from
when
that
you
yeah,
said
there's
that.
criminal. All the devils are here, right? So I thought that was actually pretty good. All right, well that was too easy. All right, it's an
You have to
adult.
understand.
It's an adult custom, kind of like a salute. We all raise a glass and we drink to honor someone or something rather important. That's the quote. Famous quote. It's
Dear
an adult
God.
custom, kind of like a salute. We all raise a glass and we drink to honor someone or something important. Shakespeare, Batman, or Casimir Mead.
It's not Batman.
I'm gonna say that's Casimir.
Yeah, I am too. I think that's Cashmere.
It is in fact Casimir, so that's a
Because
conversation
it sounds like
she's having
something that
with
you would be
everybody.
like explaining to the char. Like, okay, this is what a toast is,
It was in fact Casimir. You guys are nailing these. It's almost too
Well,
easy
Tess
for you.
is nailing them.
All right,
I'm
All
both 1 for 2.
all right. Here we go. This one's gonna be good. Vengeance is in my heart. Death
It's got-
in my hand. Blood and revenge are hammering in my head. Is it Shakespeare? Is it Batman? Or is it Casimir Mead?
It sounds like Shakespeare, but I want to say Batman again so bad. I'm going to probably screw it up, but I'm going to flip my script and go back and say it's Shakespeare.
Shakespeare.
It is Shakespeare. It's Titus Andronicus.
Dear God.
I feel as if maybe I shouldn't have done Shakespeare with Tess. When you for sure know one of the 3 choices, and it's not even a question, it's
When you
not
know
really fair.
what it comes from specifically.
Yeah, you're like, that was on page 198 of Shakespeare's Fourth Requiem, and
Yes.
it comes in the back of
Just-
the book. And if you,
join me as we
It was-
discover Shakespeare together.
it was actually misquoted. When you said it, you used the newest English version, and it was adapted wrong from the... Yeah. There you go.
actually mine hand, not my hand. That's a common mistake.
It's
though,
a
that
common
lot of
mistake.
people.
I kind of expected it. Fantastic.
Oh God.
That's so great. All right. Well, Militus, I don't know what to say except for I don't know what to say. Smoldering, I burn you. Burning you, I flare hot.
Hey, Militus got that one right.
I got it right. What are you talking about?
He said
You
Shakespeare.
did get it? Oh, you did get
I
it
said
right.
Shakespeare. What
No,
the
he got it
hell,
right.
Boom?
He's trying to rob you.
right,
He's trying
I'm
to
trying to
rob
rob
you.
you.
He's like, I don't know what to say. Like, I don't
even know what
either.
to
I
say.
got
I
it
thought you
right,
got- okay.
asshole.
This just isn't my day.
Best game ever.
All right. Show's over. I'm walking out. I'm done. This is it. 23
I got
episodes. Put a
fear
cap on
everywhere.
it. That's it. This isn't happening anymore.
Oh God.
Oh, man.
I can't wait to watch the playback because I think that I like spewed beer.
Yeah. Like,
All
right.
Next question, Boomy.
All right, here we go. Smoldering, I burn you. Burning you, I flare hot and bright and fierce and beautiful. Is this Shakespeare, Batman, Casimir Mead?
It's entirely too articulate for Batman. I'm gonna go Shakespeare again.
Shakespeare again.
I don't think that's Shakespeare. It
That's
sounds
like-
very Shakespearean. However,
Could be Kashmirish.
yeah, I'm gonna
think
say Casimir.
That was in fact Batman.
Oh, we're both
What?
wrong.
That
Shut
was in
up.
fact Batman.
Are you serious?
That was from one of the newer ones, not the newest one, but a couple ones ago. Mhm. Yeah.
But Batman's usually so. I will kill you.
Oh well, I couldn't have done that. I could have been like,
I must go
smoldering.
now. He's just
I
so.
will burn you, burning you. I flare hot and bright and fierce and beautiful. I couldn't do that.
You will. I mean, that's the
I couldn't
extent
have
of his
done
dialogue.
Yeah.
You
No.
know?
Ooh, that's funny.
Oh, there we go. Sometimes it's only madness that makes us what we are. Shakespeare, Batman, or Casimir Mead.
Sometimes it's only madness that makes us who we are. Sounds like a fatalist talking to me.
It does to me too. I'm gonna say Batman.
I am going to say Shakespeare for the tie.
It was in fact Batman.
Ah, Batman.
Yes.
Shakespeare would never use the word sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. I should have made it like hither. All right, here we go. It's a rather unusual concoction, isn't it? But the more I drink it, the more I like it.
Casimir.
That's Casimir.
Yeah, it had to be.
Yeah.
I
She's
didn't say the
so-
Casimir stuff was. I mean, it's pretty easy to see that she's gonna like to drink. You know what I mean? Yeah. Originally, by the way, in case you guys are wondering about the awesome background I did for the stream, which, by the way, it's just fantastic. It's tremendous.
It is awesome.
Is it? I haven't seen it
If
yet.
you stare at it long enough, you'll burn into your eyes. So it's actually kind of cool. I originally just had Casimir Mead up there, but all I could fit was something that fit the pattern of this on the screen. That's all that would get into the window. If you know what I mean. Like think
That's
about
creepy. It makes my eyes wiggle.
you think about what that might look
It makes
like.
me remember my conception, since
Oh,
God. I
God.
was conceived in the 70s. I'm having all these flashbacks.
All right,
I'm
here
a
we go.
performing arts major. It made me think of college.
Last one. Last one. Maybe now this one's gonna be maybe a little tricky. I'm hoping. All right, here we
Okay.
go. Amazing, and a little frightening. The subtle motion, the ground so far away. Good thing my hiccups are under control.
Casimir.
Not Batman. Damn it. I have to answer differently. I'm gonna go Shakespeare.
It was in fact Casimir.
Damn it!
It was in fact
Digging my
Casimir.
hole deeper. Now I'm 3 down.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
screwed.
It was in fact Casimir. That is the end of the game. Congratulations.
Congratulations,
you guys.
Tess.
But I will
Tess
say
did
this,
great.
Militus, okay? Did I win this week? Yes. But I did not win by even this close of a margin to what you won last week. Like
No
last
doubt.
week, you slaughtered me.
Yeah, I
it
might
wasn't,
have
I don't
to-
even think I got one right last week.
Next
Yeah, I
week I
think you
won't
got
ask
one.
about Shakespeare.
Oh, okay, maybe I got one. But
next week it's all pop
killed
culture.
me.
I'm gonna go 100% pop culture next week.
You beat me down this week. I need to read more Shakespeare.
More Shakespeare.
I need to watch The Sound of Music. I need to get more would you tell me I need to get more enculturate? What did you tell me last time? More cultured. I need to become a more cultured person.
I don't know that you need to do those things.
No.
Though. I don't know
No,
that
Tess
anybody
told
needs
me.
to do those
She
things.
told me that, Boom. You didn't hear her?
Oh, that's pretty hardcore, Tess.
She's like, you're just, basically she said, you're not artsy fartsy enough, Terry. Get your shit
man.
together.
Oh,
That's brutal.
whatever.
That's brutal.
Whatever. If you want
It's not
some
nice.
fun, some interesting musicals, don't go Rodgers and Hammerstein. Don't go Sound of Music. Those are old. Those are kind of go for some Sondheim. Those are the good ones. It's like Sweeney Todd and Into the Woods. Those are good ones. You'll enjoy them.
Well, there we go. We learned all about musicals, which is pretty fantastic. So, Tess, aside from telling us about musicals, how might everybody get a hold of us if they want to?
Oh, me. Okay. You can visit our website at precursorcast.com. You can tweet us at precursorcast. You can email us at precursorpodcast@gmail.com. You can join us Wednesdays at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, usually when poor Boom isn't having to play doctor on his computer, at Twitch TV/precursorcast. You can Facebook us at facebook.com/precursorpodcast. You can find us on iTunes. And you can call or text us at
702-625-1337.
Oh, Boom. I was hoping you would pick it up this week.
Oh, no, I wasn't. Well,
I was giving you some space, my man.
No, I
but
was expecting you.
I was trying to share the stage with you.
I was literally reading the chat. So I had no idea.
That spells leads.
All right,
Yay!
that spells leads.
That's my favorite moment of every single podcast when you
It
do
is.
that spells
I'm sure it
lead.
is. That's
It
when
is, I
Tess is
love
over
it.
there curling up like, oh.
No,
Well-
because every single week you do it better and better and better and better and better. You do
I've been
so
thinking
well.
about, I want to record it and like soup it up
Oh,
to
yeah.
like opera level, like modifications
Yeah.
and blare it through the speakers.
We
at
could
some
do
point.
it kind of like,
Do it.
the ads for the monster truck things.
That spells lead. Wednesday.
If I'd only been given my father's dulcety tones.
Oh, yeah?
Tess, he had
He's
he had these pipes, man.
Right.
He had Coltrane pipes.
Right.
Nice.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good
He
stuff.
did.
I wish I could. I need some pipes.
Voice lessons for
Speaking of
free, boys. Just come see
Coltrane.
me.
Speaking of Coltrane,
Yes.
quick shout out. He is doing voiceover work for the new Ratchet and Clank movie coming out.
There's a Ratchet and Clank movie coming out.
Yes.
That's
there
actually
Is
pretty
it
awesome.
animated? Is it like
I'm
Pixar?
assuming so, yeah. I don't know.
Because if they try to live
I'm guessing
action that,
it's
I'm gonna be
Disney.
sad. But that would be awesome. I would go see
I
that.
have pestered that gentleman, knowing that he was
He
in
is
our
so
in
cool.
our WildStar guild. I have pestered him to come play Guild Wars 2. I pester him via Twitter, Coltrane,
Oh,
Formerly of what podcast?
CTR.
yes. Convert to raid.
Convert to raid. I pester him so much, and all he does is he likes my post, and you can tell he's just kind of like, whatever. But it ain't happening.
He's got that man's
it's
a
so
face.
funny. Oh, I got to tell you this quick story because you guys will get a kick out of this. So I'm back in our WildStar guild. I'm in Mumble one night. It's late. It's like 12:30. There's about 15 of us playing, and boom, Coltrane pops on to Mumble
Yes.
with us,
Yes.
and he's like, "Hey, Militus." And I'm like,
Except
Hey,
he did it. He
hey.
did it. Hey, Militus.
Yeah. Well, actually, he did it in his Optimus Prime voice. He's like, "Hello, Militus," then that real deep voice. I'm like, "Hey, man, what's going on?" And so people are talking to him, and he keeps referring back to me,
Yeah,
right, over and over again.
Right.
He's like, "I really like Militus on the podcast." I was like, Oh,
yes, it's
that'd
so
be
awesome.
cool. Coach Ray likes me. It was such a moment of
It doesn't get any better than that.
nerdgasm for me.
It doesn't get
I'm
any
so
better than that.
jealous.
That is
I have a total
awesome.
total nerd crush on Coltrane, and he doesn't even know who I am, and I'm
He's
sad.
one of the coolest guys ever. He's
He
so
seems-
down to earth too.
He seems really cool.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, speaking of being cool, we were pretty cool in game this week. Tess, did you have a
Heck yeah.
moment of zen?
I had several. I'm not going to take up extra time. We're not going to do the new adventures, right?
You actually have plenty of time.
Okay, cool.
We're no longer noobs. We've been playing for what, 6 months?
Yeah, and there's not a lot of but there's not a lot of anything going on with the game right at this moment because we covered Super Adventure Box last week and almost nothing else came out. So we have a couple things, but it's really kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like we did a thing on Casimir, Batman, or Shakespeare kind of a night. I mean, seriously.
But we still entertained our listeners, Boom, and that's all that matters, dear
I hope
friend.
we did. I hope we do. I feel like our show crosses the boundaries. Like you don't have to love just Guild Wars 2 to listen to us.
I hope
not. Listen. I still listen to a few shows about games I no longer play because I love the people who do the shows.
Yeah, right.
Because we just, as MMO players, we're gonna have lulls. It's just part of the game genre. We're gonna have lulls. So,
yeah.
Tess, tell us.
So I had a few. So the first thing I did, and this was this last weekend, I ran some more Super Adventure Box. Grey Rook and I two-manned the level 1, all 3 zones, and we went through it just to kind of try to find all the hidden rooms.
Oh, that'd be fun.
It was a lot of fun, and it was easy to two-man it. We never ran into an issue, and we found all but 2 of the secret rooms. So I didn't get all the achievements because
awesome.
I missed 1 secret room in zone 2, and I missed the cheater. Each zone has a cheater, kind of like Mario's tunnels. You can go down the pipes.
Mm-hmm.
And so I missed the one for zone 3, but all the rest of them we found, and it was so much fun. Again, I had a blast. I had a blast running that with Grey Rook.
Did you earn enough stuff to get a weapon out of that?
Almost. I'm at 20. I'm at 22, 23 bubbles. So you need 35.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I'm going to run it one or 2 more times, and I should have enough to get something. I don't know what I'm going to get, but I'll get something.
I don't know that you can go wrong. All the skins are awesome.
Yeah, they're all pretty cool. Yeah. Then last night, Brittle and I ran some fractals. It was really fun. And then we joined up with a total new member of the guild named Zieg. And it was so much fun because it was like seeing the game completely new. So Zieg was a brand new Guild Wars 2 player, is a long-time WoW player.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. And so asking all these questions, he jumped into Discord, and it was so much fun getting to kind of repay all of the knowledge that we've kind of accumulated and being able to answer some of those questions. So we ran him through Ascalonian Catacombs.
Cool.
It was so much fun. We had such a great time. So that was a lot of fun. And then the last thing I did, which has really revitalized my interest, like I'm kind of with you guys. I was kind of in a lull with, I was like, well, I've done this and this and this and trying to make my own fun and all that stuff. But I leveled my Ellie. So my Elementalist is level 80, and I am loving the gameplay with that Elementalist. Nice. I'm loving the PvP gameplay with the Ellie. I'm loving the PvE gameplay with the Elementalist. I'm loving having to gear her up again. So much fun.
I'm looking forward to, when you mentioned Ascalonian Catacombs, we need to go back and do that Ghostbusters thing and actually finish it.
Well, we need to do all of those. We haven't done. I think Militus and I one night with some people did a zone of Sorrow's Embrace.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We did.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we
other
sure
than
did.
that, I know I haven't done any of the explorable modes.
No.
That's the only one I've done.
No, I haven't done any of those.
And I bet they're super fun.
Yeah,
We
because
we
I
need to go
still
back
need
and
to
do
finish that
those.
other one. I'm still missing on doing the Ghostbusters thing because I wanted to. We got down there and then we'd been going for a long time already, and I want to complete that because that was really really cool. Well, that was awesome. You did a lot in game actually this week.
Well, and it's because of that, Ellie. I was having so much fun. I was back to the. I've got a lot, getting home from work and being like, okay, quick, I got to jump in and see what I can get done. I was back at that level
Yeah.
of gameplay
Yeah,
rather
you could
than, all
actually
right,
do it
it's
instead of-
Saturday. This is my usual time that I log
Yeah.
in. I was like, every day, I was like, I must log in.
don't
I must
know
log
what
in.
it
I'm almost
is.
80. I'm almost 80.
Spring, I don't know if other gamers feel this way, but spring is tough for me. Like, I have a
Me
hard
too.
time. The minute the weather warms up a little bit, it gets kind of hectic and my whole life gets a little crazy. And so like I find myself going through this like spring thing where I'm like I don't have a lot of time to game. And then uh you know, I think summer hits and maybe late summer I start to get back into it. And then once back to school hits, I'm like, okay, I got a little more time. And then by the time winter's rolling around, I'm like, okay, I got, I can't go outside. It's freezing cold, whatever. I got a little more time, but spring right now is a little bit
And it's opposite
difficult.
for me because I don't have kids.
Yeah.
So right now is the best time of the year because
Really?
I'm winding down from all of my performances at school. I still have some
Yeah.
performances left, but everything is winding way down. We're all in our testing. Guess how many hours I had to work yesterday?
4.
Two
Oh, 2.
hours because everything else we were doing
It's all
testing all
testing.
Yeah,
day.
you're just
So
shut
and
down.
I didn't
Yeah.
have to test that day.
Thank you, state
So
testing. Yeah.
yeah, so I slept until like 9 o'clock. I
That's pretty
rolled
good.
into school at like 10:30. I was done at 1. Like it was great. I was like,
Nice.
My goodness.
So
I'm with Boom. It's like this time of year just kills me because this is when all my papers are due and
Yeah.
I'm trying to get stuff wrapped up for the term. And then I'm kind of, again, I'm with Boom. Like as it gets into May, like I get a little bit of a respite in May to game. But when June rolls around and my kids are out of school, it's a different animal.
It's going
And
out, yeah.
around September, October-ish is when my primetime gaming season probably is like late September through February.
Yeah.
That's probably like the best time for me to game.
Right. Yeah, that's
yeah,
kind of what I think.
Militus, I'd like to do so because again, I'm out of school. I'm not doing my I finished my master's and all that stuff, so I'm not doing any academic writing, and I kind of miss it. I would love it if you sent me a prompt. I want to write you a paper. And see
Really?
yeah.
Could I
wanna
share
do
it with the
some
class?
research.
Could I say Tess develop this paper?
If it's good, I promise nothing. But I'd love a
Oh, I'm
prompt.
sure it would be good. It would be filled with quotes of Shakespeare.
Not academic writing.
Mm.
It's gonna
I
be so
know,
dry.
but you would do that
Yeah.
just to rub it in. You're gonna take this milk.
The abstract is just full of Shakespearean quotes. Yeah, there you go. Boom
Yeah.
shaking his head because he's like, why would you want to do some academic writing?
Well,
Because I'm bored.
Well, yeah, I'm kind of like, thinking, why would you want to do that? But at the same time, I'm just like, poor Militus, he gets this paper from you, and then he has to like, in order to verify that you know what you're talking about, he's got to go find these, these obscure texts that you're digging weird information out
Trace
of.
down all the
Yeah,
citations.
and he's
Oh, I will
tracing down
give you a full
citations and looking at
bibliography.
this stuff, and he's like going, I have to read that. What is going on?
Here's what Tess would do to me. I know she would do this. She'd be like, here's what I'm going to do to Milla. I'm going to make his reading of my citations like a tuning for Karazhan in Burning Crusades. I'm going to have so many freaking citations, and they're going to be
Yes.
muddled and weird, and it's going to
Yes.
take him like 18 months to trace.
I'm gonna cite the word the, and that's it. Just the, and
that'd
you have
be
to
awesome.
look it up. Yeah.
That'd
I
be
think that's
awesome.
perfect. I think that's
My
perfect.
bibliography will be longer than the actual paper.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know, Militus. That's kind of a glutton of punishment. But how about your moment of zen this week, Militus.
Okay, so my moment of zen, and I am somewhat convinced it's one of you two. Boom, you denied it last week. Someone bought me the Super Adventure box.
Yeah, it
or
wasn't
Super
me.
Adventure
It was
glider.
not
bought
me.
it for
It was-
me too.
Yes, they bought it for all of us. Where were you,
And
Tess?
it did not say who it was from. So
It didn't say who it was from. So
if
I
you
want to
sent
throw a
it,
huge
oh
shout
God,
out to, because it's my favorite.
it is so cool.
It's my favorite purchase. I'm sorry, I didn't purchase it, but you bought it for me. It's my favorite item from the cash shop ever.
And please
Yeah.
let us know who you are
I
because
wish we
it
did
was
know who it was. It
completely
was super
I have a
awesome.
distinct feeling it is a guildie. I know it is.
Yeah.
It
yeah.
had to have been somebody who was watching the live stream
Yeah.
because it was sent to us
'cause it was
right after the live stream.
That's true. So there's you know,
But it's amazing.
So
It's
great.
amazingly fun.
Oh my gosh, I feel so cool. I've even gotten comments on it, like gliding through like Lion's Arch, and people are like, "Cool glider." I'm like, "Thanks, it's super awesome."
No, I figured out the best place to glide, and it's going to be a place you guys don't even think about.
Boom Tower.
Boom Tower I did glide off of it, and it was amazing, but it just takes a little while to climb up it.
Yeah, it's hard to get there.
Yeah, it takes a while to climb up. Radasum.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because you port to the top, you just glide your ass down. Port to the top, glide down. Port to the top, glide down. I probably did this about 10 times after receiving the glider.
Militus, did you know? And one of the guildies told me this, and so we did it. We have a screenshot. I think it was Mumble and Frenchie. I cannot remember who it was. But if you glide off the edge of Radasum and you aim towards the bottom of the city, so you're not gliding through the city, you're jump off the edge of the city.
Yeah.
The outside.
Off the cube. Outside of the
Cube.
cube.
Yeah.
Outside of the cube, and you glide down towards the bottom, they throw you in jail. And it ports you to a jail cell.
I actually experienced that during my gliding session because I'm like, I'm going to glide all the way down to the ground. And then I'm like, boop. How do I get out of here?
That's
It
pretty
is
fantastic.
So
Yeah.
much fun. I wish I could remember because we actually have a picture of me and another guildie in the jail cell, and then another guildie that came to visit us, and like we're like crying, and they're like have their hand up against the
Oh, that's
glass.
too
It's
funny.
so great, and I can't remember who it was. It was a while ago, so I don't
Oh
recall,
my
but it was so
gosh.
much fun.
So I had a lot of fun gliding. So thank you to whoever did that.
Yes.
That was so generous and so thoughtful of you to apparently do that for all three of us.
Yeah,
It's
so,
my favorite. It's my favorite.
so thank you. And believe it or not, earlier today, I had a blast doing what? Hearts.
Hearts.
I went to Snowden Drifts.
character?
I think it's like a level 22,
Yeah.
23 zone, and I was at like 55% completion, and I was in this boring ass meeting for an online job I have, and I thought, hey, I'm just gonna kind of, as I listen to these boring people
Ruse
talk,
and- yeah, there you go.
Nice.
go kill some things. And so I went out and just complete. I think I'm at like 85, 86% now.
Wasn't that so awesome? Because
It's
I did
fun.
the same thing with my Ellie. So I leveled my Ellie to like 71 with tomes. And then I went out and I did 71 to 80 doing hearts and doing world completion and doing story quests. And it was so much fun to get back in the world. Even though I've done all of it before, it was so much fun. And it
As
doesn't
a guy who's dipped his toes back into World of Warcraft recently, and that game will always hold a nostalgic place in old Milla's heart. It just will.
get that.
And like tromping through Ashen Vale and hearing that music as a player who rolled a night elf, there's just something special about that for me.
The
But
cello music and the blood elf
Yes. Oh,
starting zone. It's gorgeous.
the music in Warcraft is amazing. But I got a little pissed, honestly, because I did a few quests and I leveled so fast, out leveled the zone. I'm like, no, what the hell's going on? What the freak, dude? Like, I don't want to leave Ashenvale. You can turn the shit off right now. I want to stay. And Guild Wars 2 doesn't do that to you.
Mm-hmm.
You can go back to the zones. You can enjoy the nostalgia. You can enjoy the zone at whatever level. And it's easy to forget that. It's easy to forget how well designed the game is like that. So I had a lot of fun just doing hearts. It was amazing.
Well, you
That
can
is
still do all
awesome.
those quests just for no experience or no nothing.
I decided I'm pulling
Once
a
you
boom.
out-level it.
So now I've got 4 80s.
You're pulling
Right.
a boom.
Right.
And so my 5th 80 that I'm working on now is like level 4. And I'm not going to use any tomes. I'm just going to enjoy her running through
Quarteria.
just basic, because it's so much fun.
Yeah, it's good
so
stuff.
good.
It really is.
It's so good. I have this a small suggestion. I think that ArenaNet should do that again. It's just that good.
I think
I'm
they're
just throwing
listening.
that out
I
there.
think they're listening, Melissa. I think they're listening.
Maybe some more hearts. Just
Yeah, some
saying.
more hearts.
I
Repeatable
think-
hearts.
Yes, repeatable hearts. Well,
Because
you know,
would you guys like to do?
funny about the game is, to be honest, I don't know that I would need any kind of leveling. Like if they made an entire, let's say, if they took a continent and they put a bunch of new zones on it with a bunch of new things to go through and a bunch of new things to do, I don't know that I would care if I was.
Did daily chat, you know?
I would probably do that before I did daily events in a zone.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
at least I
absolutely.
know where those hearts are. Sometimes I
Right.
roll around a zone looking for events. I'm like, where are you?
Yeah.
Where are you?
It's
So
so
yeah,
I would
would
do
like
the
that.
event first, and then I would do hearts, but I would do that again before some of the other.
It would be nice, ideally, to have both.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there. It would be great to have both.
Yeah, just more. What's kind of funny about the game is, to be honest, I don't know that I would need any kind of leveling. Like if they made an entire, let's say, if they took a continent and they put a bunch of new zones on it with a bunch of new things to go through and a bunch of new things to do, I don't know that I would care if I was leveling necessarily anything. If I could
As
just
long
go
as you
through,
could solo it, and as long
Yeah.
as
Maybe
you
I'm
had
getting
some
some-
sort of little
getting
rewards.
some money or something, or I'm getting some, crafting something, or I don't know. That there's like little rewards that you could get, but I would probably just run through the zones and do all the things if I was given that opportunity. Maybe. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. I don't know. I don't feel the same need or pressure to level up in it. I feel like it levels fast enough. You were just talking about World of Warcraft and that leveling process. Like, I feel like I level Guild Wars 2 almost like I do in WoW, where it's like faster than the zone. So
Yes.
I will outlevel the zone like super quick. The
But it
difference
doesn't
is, though,
matter.
I'll finish.
But
the
does it
zone.
matter, Boom?
Yeah, it's
with
weird.
Guild Wars
I'll
2?
still finish the zone, and
Yeah.
I can. I guess the other thing is, like, if you just wanted to level in that one zone, it would keep the experience to where you could still get experience as you still go. So you could finish it all, even though you're higher level than everything. It ports you down and does all this stuff. That's kind of cool. That really is kind of cool how that's done. But it's pretty awesome. Well, as for myself, my moment of zen is simple. I successfully climbed Boom Tower.
And it is now Boom Tower again. It was Milla Tower after the end
No,
of
it
last
was.
episode.
Did you see what they renamed it, Milla, for you? They didn't. It wasn't Milla Tower. It was the Milla Missile.
It's the Milla Missile now.
The Milla Missile.
Not only did
That's awesome.
not only did I lose the name of the tower, but now it's called the Milla Missile.
Well, it wasn't
Only
before you got there.
only I could have a phallic symbol named
Yeah,
after
it
me.
feels kinda
I'm
weird.
The Milla Missile.
To climb the Milla Missile.
Oh God, that's so awesome! But Boom did. By the way, I loved it last week that we all, after the podcast, just
Yeah.
logged in and started climbing the
There
jump
were
puzzles.
so many people that we just climbed
Yeah.
this jump puzzle that Frenchie made in our zone in Brittle. We just climbed it. That's all we did for the entire time. We just climbed this stupid, awesome puzzle that went all the way to the sky. And I fell down a bunch of times and everybody laughed. And to be honest, everybody was just having a blast. Like having so much stinking fun. And I love the fact that people can make creative content in the game. I think that is still so cool that you can get around and do some of that stuff. So that was really, really fun. Well, it's that time. The most special, fabulous time of the entire podcast, where Militus tells us about a way we can spend our real hard-earned money in Guild Wars 2. It's time for the Militus Broke-Ass segment. Militus, take it away.
All right. So tonight we have a special item. I didn't even know this item existed. I log in the game 2 days ago because I'm always getting. It's sad, isn't it? I log in the game. The first thing I hit is O. So pull up the cash shop. So I pull up the cash shop and I see this item. I'm like, As a ranger, it glared at me, and it is none other than the basic leather rack. It is a way. Now listen, here's the thing. I know you're gonna laugh at it. You're gonna go, "Oh, come on, no, it's sweet."
You said rack.
Oh God, that's so funny.
I'm just boom saucing my Facebook status this week.
Oh, Beavis and Butthead. My favorite Beavis and Butthead moment. They were.
I had to play that because you
the great Cornelio.
you said rack.
Oh God, that's so funny.
I'm just boom saucing my Facebook status this week.
Oh, Beavis and Butthead. My favorite Beavis and Butthead moment. They were watching it was like a Pantera video, and they're like, dude, Pantera's dad must have really kicked his ass all the time. Like, shut up, Pantera. Sorry.
My favorite one is when they go over to try to earn money by doing chores for the guy who drinks beer. I forget his name.
It's Hank Hill.
It's Hank Hill, basically. It's Hank Hill.
Where the King of the Hill came from.
Damn house. They
With the lawn tractor.
burned his house.
Yeah.
Oh shit down. It's amazing. Anyways, so yeah, back on track, Militus. The basic leather rack. Let me make a statement first. I don't have a home instance. I don't know how to get a home instance, but this item makes me want to get a home instance.
You have a home instance.
I don't know how to access it. I don't know anything about it, Tess. But I'm going to learn about it because I think I'm going to buy this. And the reason for that is I'm a leather worker in terms of, that's right. That's right, Beavis. Laugh. I am able to collect ore pretty easily in the game. I'm able to collect wood pretty easily in the game.
You said wood.
You said wood. But the leather, I can't.
And
so I'm almost willing to buy this just to get the leather. I mean, you get every day, if you buy this for 800 gems, you get a leather rack that goes in your home instance that you can go and collect leather every day. And you get what is it? 2 pieces, 3 pieces of I had it up and I lost it. I'm having a Beavis and Butthead moment. That's it.
random items, either rawhide, thin, or coarse.
There you go. Yes. So I'm thinking about buying it just for the leather because I can't seem to finish my ascended items.
You said thinner course.
Precursor cast.
You
Now
will worship my bunghole.
Frat guys, man. Jeez.
Well, you did. You. It was good.
Can you imagine our parents, because this is clearly our generation's cartoon, watching us watch this and thinking, "Dear God, what is the world in for? Our kids are being
I wasn't allowed to
influenced by
watch
Beavis
MTV.
and Butthead."
I watched it.
I
watched
never
the
watched
whole
it.
thing, everything. I
I
had them
watched it.
all at one point. I had every episode on VHS at one point.
Beavis and Butthead ran
So funny.
from.
They
So
rebooted it.
They
And
did.
It wasn't
failed.
good. The reboot was not good. Well, because they can't do the videos because the licensing didn't work for the videos. That was the
It
whole
started
reason it
in
was all kind of
'93.
goofy.
I was 13 years old.
Yeah,
I
I
was
just
not
out of the
allowed to watch
out of the
it.
military.
I was old enough to know the ladies. At that
Yes,
point.
I was 20. I was 21.
Mhm.
Or 21. That's 93. So.
I was 13.
How old were you, Tess?
13.
Oh, we could have dated.
Oh, gross.
Oh,
That's okay. My husband is 9 years older than I am, so I always bring that up. I'm always like, "Oh, when you were 18, I was 10." You went to prom and I went to a play date.
Oh no.
That's hardcore. Well,
That is
it is time for the news, and we have a really awesome, cool piece
okay.
of
Before
first news.
can I ask a question before we go to completely go back? Milita, so the leather rack.
Is it thin leather or coarse leather? Would you say?
How
Is it a
often?
deep leather rack?
Is it a
So, oh my God.
Wet leather, perhaps?
did it
I
fit on the
just have,
pole?
can I have one pip of time to ask a question?
Sorry.
So how often do these types of things go on sale? This is the first one that I've seen
Yeah, me too.
for of the home instance stuff.
It's okay. This
Did
has
you
been
take
on
me
sale
out of?
before
You took me
because it
right
was in
out
the
of
wiki.
the news article, right back into this thing, didn't you?
Sorry, we
Complete
were
blatant disregard for the rules of the show.
well,
That's it.
we were
That's
Beavis
it.
and buttheading the whole
That's it.
thing, so
I know.
we
I
were.
didn't get to ask my question.
All right.
So to answer your question, I don't know the exact frequency,
Mhm.
but I do know that it has been in the cash shop before because it's in the wiki, and that wiki was dated. So it must come every so often, but in the
It's pretty rare, though.
in the 8 months, 8 months I've played, I've never seen it in the cash shop, even
Yeah.
once.
So pick it up
So
fast.
yeah, yes.
Okay.
I mean, because right now leather is like freaking
It's so
serious
expensive.
gold. Holy crap!
So
Like
expensive.
if you can craft leather, those Ascalonian leather squares, God,
Militus,
you can make some big money.
you had me at rack.
All right, I'm sorry for rewinding. I didn't mean to. Please continue with the news.
It's okay. We got to hear Beavis and Butthead again.
Well,
there was.
Yeah, we did. We got to hear it. So many episodes again. Maybe many episodes ago, I should say.
Many episodes
again.
Again.
I'm having.
Okay, we're off the rails. We're off the rails.
Many episodes ago, in a distant galaxy far away, I mentioned that I would love Guild Wars 2 to be in virtual reality. And we had a gentleman, I can't remember the first, no, they're not listening, but I had who was it? I can't remember his name, and I feel bad. There's a gentleman who figured out how to make it work. So he put all the stuff he needed to do to make it actually work, and did it and watched it in VR, and it was really cool. And then Wooden Potatoes just yesterday put out a video where he is in VR with his Oculus Rift doing it thanks to this new tool that he found, and I can't remember what that is because I'm just lame. That's the kind of news reporting I do. It's kind of like I'm Fox. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kind of like...
Oh, God, that's awesome.
You know what I mean? I'm kind of like...
We don't need sources.
I'm like, there's this really cool thing that happened by some guy that did something. And next... hot blonde chick.
Just trust me. Just trust me. It happened.
Next up, Militus's rack.
It's gonna be huge. The rack's gonna be huge.
I'm just teasing for anybody out there that's now going to write me hate mail. I didn't mean it. But funny stuff. And so you can watch this video. We linked it in the show notes. You really should. It's really cool because you can generally, I don't know if you guys listen to it, but when he's playing through one of the zones, he's almost giddy. He's almost giggling.
Yeah.
Like, because it is, I can't explain it. When you put that immersive VR technology on your head, it's so realistic, so crazy good. You get kind of almost giddy. It's like I'm on the holodeck. this is amazing. Like, it's really something awesome to see. I can't wait to do it.
If you've tried it, and just to go off that VR technology, some people get crazy vertigo, motion sickness with VR, but they've actually created a device that you like kind of like attach to your ear that will negate that vertigo. And so they're trying to build it into the standard Oculus now.
I did see that.
Because it's supposed to like send a signal to your inner ear so you don't get that.
Did you know what that was called?
Feeling.
I can't remember what that was called, but yeah,
can't recall.
somebody is actually working on that, and I thought that was just so cool. But I think the thing is called like V-Box or something like that. No, it wasn't
Maybe
V-Box.
that system that causes you to feel that way is called the vestibular system. You have these little tiny crystals that float in fluid in your inner ear. And when that fluid is moving around, sloshing back and forth, and your visual perception stays steady, you feel sick. Or vice versa. If your visual perception is moving back and forth and the crystals stay steady, you feel sick. Hence the term seasick. So I don't know how they're going to do that, but I am curious.
So what they do, I guess, is because the software, what I read anyway, was the software anticipates what's going to happen, and then it sends a different signal to your brain. So they're counteracting it. So because you can know ahead of time what a movie's going to do, it's able to do that. Where it breaks down is in like games and stuff where the controller is moving, because I don't know that they can make it work quick enough. But they can do it with something that they already know ahead of time, because they can just... That's at least what it was. It was built off of the, that thing of knowing ahead of time what's going to happen. I don't know. It'd be very interesting. I get car sick, like, standing up. So, like...
I have to drive. I cannot even be sitting in a car that's moving. I have to be driving it.
I get on
Okay, that begs the
elevator
question. If
like,
you guys are that way,
yeah,
would you be down to try something like this?
Yes, absolutely.
I would love to try it.
I'll throw up all over this table for this because it's so cool.
It makes me nervous.
Now, I did a different one, right? I went to that virtual reality center where I got to walk around.
Right.
Do you remember me talking about that? So I
The
put
Void.
a headset.
Wasn't it called The Void?
Yeah. And I put a headset on, and the entire room was actually like built for it. So it was texturizing the walls and the room and all of the different things. So I was able to interact with the room. So as I'm walking in game, and as I was touching things, they were there. And that experience, zero motion sickness.
Because you actually got to move.
As fast as I wanted to move my head, as fast as I wanted to go. Now, I have the little VR thing for my phone, which is, by the way, is really awesome. And I have that headset. That's this gear thing that I keep right here. Sorry, that was ow.
That was such a loud...
Jeez. Sorry, that
was
awesome.
That was as bad as the bullhorn. I know, that was great. Well, that'll be fun on the show. Remember, we just throw this out there. So I have this little guy where you take your phone and you plug it in here like this, and it makes a VR thing. And again, as long as it's something that's not moving, no motion sick. However, they make a joystick for this, and when you push forward or back on the joystick and it moves you in that world, then I'll puke in a minute. It's like crazy bad. It's like worse than any car ride you can ever take, like instantly. So if you're prone to that, it's definitely a problem. But I'm willing to take the plunge. I'll take enough Dramamine to, knock me out. I'll be good.
I was just looking it up, and because I'm trying to find this little device, but I cannot find it. But I found this is a serious problem. This motion sickness thing a lot of people are running into it, and I found it's pretty funny. I found an article on Rift Info. Which is the 14 ways to help motion sickness when you're using your Oculus, and it has a whole bunch of stuff. But my favorite is number 12, and it says number 12, get drunk.
Does that really help?
It says just before putting on Oculus Rift, don't forget to consume a couple of beers, because you don't get as it's the inner ear movement. You don't get as wiggly headed.
Wow, I had no idea. So that's
You're in
all
an
that I have to
altered
do.
state of consciousness because of the alcohol, so you're not
Wow.
quite as
And
That's
another one that's
fantastic.
weird said at number 9 says eat or drink products containing ginger.
I have
Ginger
heard
is a
that.
natural treatment for motion sickness.
I have heard that. Well, at any rate, all I know is he's walking through this video, and he is just floored, and I think
he is.
It would be amazing, and I didn't even think about it when I was thinking of this. There wasn't gliding. Now there's gliding in the game, and he was gliding, and he was actually like, I don't want to look down. I mean, that is so cool. It's
100%
awesome.
chance I would piss my pants
That's
gliding
awesome.
at yours too. There's no. I mean, can you imagine that? Like you stare down and you see. I used to get so not to get too nerdy, but like the area of research that has always intrigued me as a psychologist is something called telepresence. It is like when you're in a virtual world, it's the reaction of your autonomic nervous system to the virtual world. Like when you get scared at something, your heart rate increases, your
And
skin
how I'm
compactness
always
increases.
sweaty no matter what we're
Yeah,
doing.
exactly. Okay, so Tess, okay, do you remember SWOTOR? Uh, what were they called? The data cubes, the
Yeah,
the data
Datacrons.
cubes.
Datacrons.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, do you remember walking on those pipes in some of those areas where you would be hundreds of feet off the ground?
Yeah,
Oh,
And if,
right. Yeah.
if you
I
fall,
can
you
see
die.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I used to have to take a towel and wipe my hands.
Yeah.
Because the mouse, I would start getting slippery because I was. No, I had to use a towel for a different reason back then, boo.
Talk about how you're.
And it was typically a sock pal, no towel needed.
My cat opened the door. How did you open that door, kitty? So weird.
Where was I? So
Sweaty palms.
sweaty palms because of the height of my perception.
Stop it, boom.
I would
stop
think
saying
that the
funny things.
telepresence with Oculus Rift is going to be even more intense
Yeah.
than that. Way far more intense than that.
And I'm worried about that because for 2 reasons. Number 1, I already get a ton of motion sickness. Number 2, I do like have a visceral reaction to what we're doing in game. Like it's and I think it has to do with the acting thing. I One of the big things about acting, being able to enjoy a movie on a smaller scale, but definitely theater, is something we call the suspension of disbelief.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when, to put it in terms that a lot of people can understand, when you're watching TV, everything disappears and you just see the TV. You're not paying attention to the space around the television. You kind of just zoom in on the TV. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing about theater. You kind of zoom in and you're not focused on the theater and the people sitting next to you. You're just one-on-one right there. And that suspension of disbelief, I think, is a huge proponent to being able to lose yourself in a book or in a video game, and all your reality ceases to exist, and all that is real in that moment is where you're immersed. So I'm nervous about VR.
Well, I can tell you this, having experienced some pretty extreme cool VR, it's going to be like the holodeck, and it's going to get super scary addictive because me just being in that one world with the void, I was actually at a point where I was like, I could see this getting to the point where I just want to stay there forever.
Oh God, it never gets old. It never gets old.
Yeah. Yeah.
Off the rails.
Excellent. Well, There he
I
is.
love
It's
that
time.
guy. Oh God, I love that guy.
It's time for the battle cry segment. We've got some shout outs and we've got some good information. Tess, what's our first battle cry shout out? We've lost Tess. Tess, are you there?
Tess.
We've lost
She was
Tess.
totally overwhelmed by the last guy in the battle cry.
Yeah.
She was like, "That's too much for me."
We've lost Tess. Well,
So
Tess is just kind of she's just out. So I and you know what, the thing that's suspicious timing of this now is gonna make it seem as if I muted her after she just goaded
or
me.
booted her from the call entirely. Boom.
But I didn't do any of that. I just want everybody to know that was definitely not me. She's not there though, and we definitely don't hear from Tess. So we'll just pretend like she's here.
I think I have an
we'll go ahead and
hypothesis
do
about
it.
what happened. I think she was hitting the goat sound so many times.
Yes.
She got so happy, so thrilled, so elated that honestly, she had moist sprinklage.
Moist. It was
Moist sprinklage,
Yeah.
and just lost the call altogether. That's mine.
I think right now Tess is probably looking at her poster of Lord Farron and getting sweaty palms.
No doubt about it.
And so I'm guessing that's what it is, because there she is. She's back on the thing. We can't hear her, but we should make her talk though when she can't hear us. So she's just talking.
Well, I want to
and we
read
can
the
just
big
watch her
first
on
shout out.
yeah,
She said
yeah.
a huge shout out
Chandra.
to all you super moist
Yes.
sprinkled people.
The moist sprinkled people.
Yeah, come in game and shower me with your moist sprinkles in the face.
Moister the better. Yeah, almost clamminess. Yeah, that would be good. No, she had a shout out to Chandra, which is Tess's new roommate, actually. So I don't know if you knew this, Militus, but they took over part of the guild. Like they kicked everybody else out, and Chandra and Tess just took over part of the guild hall. So when you go to the guild hall, there's their own little space.
Oh, they have their own space. I see.
Yeah, they're in the vault, out of all places. Imagine that. That. I think the funnest part. So if you are listening to this in the car, you have to go and download this episode, because you get to watch Tess screaming into her microphone and holding it and trying desperately to make comments back. But I will say this: Tess
is so pissed. Oh God.
Tess put some stuff in the show notes for everybody, though. By the way, in her show notes, she wanted to address everybody and let everybody know that Lord Farron, for sure, without a doubt, is the hunkiest character in the game.
Yes, definitely.
Currently, Lord Farron is her wallpaper.
He's got the sprinkles that make her tinkle, I think is what she said.
Yeah, something like that. I think like she's he's got
Can
the
you hear
moist.
me?
He's got the moist
Can
sprinkles
you hear me?
that everybody needs. Something like that. Isn't that what it is?
Hello?
I don't know.
Militus, are you laughing
something.
because you can hear me?
And so so she
son
said
of a-
that, and then she
Did you
said,
always hear me?
No, just the last few seconds.
Oh, God.
Welcome
okay.
back, Tess.
Oh, my God. You guys are dicks. I don't know why my stuff just stopped working. I think Boom muted me. Can you hear me
No.
okay? I changed microphones.
"Wait, what
Yeah,
was
we
that?
can hear you.
What was that, Tess? I didn't. What? What'd you just say? Oh, what?" I'm getting her finger gesture. Well, anyway, so they built this funny room.
Yeah,
So-
we took over the
Huh?
vault.
What'd you say?
You're an asshole and I hate you.
Oh, okay.
We took over the vault and we wanted to put up a sign that said "No boys allowed," and we decided that we were going to share it. And I was going to decorate it and make it all nice for Chandra and like put like cool things in it. But I suck at scribing, so it's a slow process. But I love you, Chandra.
That was
Roomies
good.
forever.
You guys are gonna be roommates in the guild hall, which is weird. That's cool. No, it's awesome.
Roomies.
I'm glad. Cool. All right, we had this. This was actually I probably should have brought this up earlier when we were talking about research papers, because this is crazy. So Gumby Fan actually wrote a research paper for us. I mean, we're talking a full-blown research paper. However, it was not in APA format, so I had to reject it and turn it back to him. So I can't review it until next week when he gets the formatting correctly input there. So, sorry, his cover, like, I only looked at the cover letter and I was like, that ain't APA, and it was out. So
is that what you use, Milla? APA?
I do use APA.
I'll make sure that I format it correctly.
APA, I don't know if you knew this, Tess, but APA is the official format for research papers turned into the Precursor Cast Guild.
It is.
Yeah, so
we don't use any of that
APA.
piddly high school whatever.
MLA.
There's no MLA.
Yeah.
There's no
Chicago
Chicago
style. Just take your ass down the road.
Yeah, this is an
we
APA.
want no footnotes. That doesn't work for us.
Yeah, and what edition are we on, Militus, of the APA style guide?
Sixth, I believe.
Sixth. Fantastic.
Edition.
Yeah, my last paper I wrote was in the 5th edition, so I just wanted to see how many editions they've raked us over the coals for since then. But we are the 6th edition APA.
Yeah,
all right.
They definitely rake us over the coals.
Yes. So there you have it. No, but it's really cool actually. So I love it. It's dedicated to the Precursor cast with care, and it's entitled "The Love Is in the Details," and the subtitle of the research paper is "Using Observation to Remember the Hard Work of ArenaNet." So it's pretty fantastic. So
that's your abstract.
Yes,
basically.
It starts off with, hello, Boom, Militus, and Test, and the fans. I have made this photo report in the hopes that this will be given time on my favorite podcast yet. More importantly, I hope the photos will help soothe all of the people that are upset about the recent tension between the devs at ArenaNet and the players, which I didn't even know there was tension. So Gumby fan is in some kind of a no. I just thought ArenaNet said they weren't going to make something that I'm never going to get, and I didn't care. So that's all I thought.
And then he goes on to say, join me on a learning adventure as I show you the many special little details I could discover that all illustrate the love put into my favorite part of Tyria, the Super Adventure Box.
Now,
and he goes on
to
give a pictorial,
And if my computer wasn't broken, by the way, I cannot get pictures to show up today. It's really just been a rough day. I barely got the audio to work. So he goes on, he shows some pictures. He starts the tour off with some stuff outside the box, and he goes into like all kinds of different things. It's really, really fantastic. I'm going to post it on the Precursor Cast website, so everybody can go to precursorcast.com and they can download this so that you can actually see it, because it's really something quite amazing. It's really fantastic. So thank you, Gumby fan, for all your hard work. This thing deserves some time, and if we could just get it in the right formatting with the right reference materials, we could use it. So there you go. All right. What else do we have? Tess, do we have any new guildies? What else do we got? And we've lost Tess again.
She was going to say moist sprinkles.
She was going to say...
all up in my grill.
Yeah, she was like...
All right. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get my stupid audio back.
She's back. Okay.
She's back.
Yeah.
My nice microphone just decided it wanted to fart all over everything. So
it's got a certain sound to it. It's like a moist sound.
So enjoy my crap microphone until I figure out what the hell is going on with this thing. But we did have a new guild member, and I mentioned him earlier, but if my German pronunciation is correct, this should be pronounced Sieg. So welcome.
Yes, welcome.
And we had so much fun, like I said, running with you. Thanks for joining us. We're all old and / current WoW players, so we're happy to help you out with whatever you need in Tyria and help you kind of wrap your head, because it is different. It is very different than WoW. So thank you for joining us. We love all of our new players. Please come join us.
Absolutely. I wanted to make one other mention before we go out, and that is we are going to do the first ever Naked Boss Train April 30th. And so if we start off small, it's no big deal. Anybody that wants to join us, I'm just recommending that you do. We do not have an exact time yet, so I'll have a lot of materials probably this week prepared where we'll have the exact time, which bosses we're going to, and any information as far as like maybe setting up for a donation or something of that when we do it for the charity. So the idea is that on April 30th, we are going to pick a boss and we are going to all be there, but we're going to show up with only our weapons and we are going to defeat the boss, and we're going to have a lot of fun doing it. And when people ask what we're doing, we're going to mention the charity and why we're doing it, and it will be fantastic in hopes that we can get many, many others to join in. So that is Saturday, April 30th. We will also have, we're going to be doing a live stream of that. So Tess, Militus, and Boom will be on the Twitch channel, this Twitch channel. So if
can you hear me?
You have to work, you can come join us at the Precursor Cast Twitch stream, and we would be happy to present there. So
I had an idea about that. So my idea was in terms of donations, how can we maybe, and I'd love some feedback on this. That's why I'm mentioning it. But my idea was maybe you could get people in your community or elsewhere to donate 10 cents for every single person we get to run naked. So if we get 100 people to run naked, that person will pledge to donate $10.
Do you think people will get it?
I think people will get it. Yeah. If we can set up a PayPal or an online donation system.
Gamers will get it.
Well, gamers are going to have fun.
Not.
So we're going to do this. We'll probably do it again after this one time. I did put out a message to all the other podcasts. I was rudely not even replied to by any of the other podcasts. So there you go. So I sent an email out. So my fellow gamers, my fellow people that listen to this show, make sure you flood the other podcasts with emails this week. Make sure you pester them and send tweets out to them and everything, and get them to participate in the first ever naked boss train, so that we
decide who we're gonna benefit?
No, we haven't figured any of that stuff out, but that'll come this week. I just wanted to get the date out there so everybody could kind of keep it. It's more of a save the date episode. But we'll get more details out there. But go and pester all of those other guilds that you have and all those other people, and let's make it something kind of fun. But I guarantee you, if there's only 15 people that show up to this event and we're naked, it will raise a huge stink because everybody's going to wonder why and what we're doing. Right. And it will just spread like wildfire. You just watch. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So there you have it. Do you guys have anything else to add?
I have a shout out to Most Excellent Hat in the chat, who apparently went out and researched it and pointed out that the leather items, I can't remember the name. The rack. The leather rack. Okay, I was waiting for it. Thanks, Tim. The leather rack is a brand spanking new item. So thanks for clarifying that. And I also want to give a shout out to all the people in chat tonight.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of
Thanks
people
for coming,
joined us
even
late.
though we had a weird time.
Yes,
we did have a weird time.
Weird. It's
Sorry
kind of
about
weird,
that.
and it's all our fault. Usually, what we do is we have the chat channel. We usually have this running about an hour beforehand, and then we get there. And this week it was a half hour late because I couldn't get anything to work. So, yes, I apologize. Well, on that note, unless you have anything else to add,
23.
We are out. Do you know what's funnier than 23?
42.
69. Sorry. Miller just said 69. You can get to the bunghole from 69. Just saying.